So welcome back to another show. I'm John, and I'm going to do the full Tyne fan cam channel because Baz is at work. Andrew Ruda can't make it because he's out for a party, and I'm just going to do another intro. So what's going on, people? Welcome back to another video, and tonight I'm doing full-time fan cam channel, and so the fans can come on here and have this here about today's game between Liverpool and Newcastle at Anfield, and I finished ones each. And yeah, being lucky today, very lucky, because we were absolutely poor again, and it just goes to show that Steve Bruce is a lucky manager. And what else can I say, man? He's done it again, and he's done it again. Did it with Spurs, and now he's done it with Liverpool. And we haven't got beat off Liverpool this season. Another year we'd have done, but hey, what can I say? So if you like the video, please smash the likes up and leave a comment in the section down below. And if you want to come on my fan cam, I'll send you the link, and you can just come on at any time to have your say. So the first one I've got, it'll probably be a short one by the looks of it, because others are either busy doing watching the West Ham Chelsea game. I'm going to bring on Davey. And Davey, welcome to full-time Webcam. How you doing?
Well, thank you for having us on.
Cool. Yeah, you with me, and it finished Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. A lucky point for Steve Bruce again. We were terrible, were we, today? Let's be real about it.
The first half, I thought, were blowing hot and cold. Maybe we could have had a goal from Longstaff, but it wasn't to be. But I don't know what to think about this VAR situation. It's ruining the game of football. It really is.
Yeah, I think it's an absolute joke. It really is. I mean, I was up for VAR if there's any mistake sort of thing, but it's just getting beyond a joke. I mean, I watched the Arsenal game yesterday against Everton, and they got a penalty, but before that they were offside. The Bellios got brought down and won a penalty, and then they looked back at VAR and there's offside, and even though they touched him and brought him doing a bit, it's just an absolute disgrace. Next season, Callum Wilson's goal would have stood, and we would have talked about possibly a winner. And listen, when that got chalked off, I thought we were done, absolutely done. And then Joe Willock, that's his third goal since he's been on loan. Surely now, Davey, we got to get this guy signed.
Yeah. I've said that. I've said that from the day we played Southampton, that he's worth every penny of the 20 million. He's worth every penny of that. You know, we paid 40 million for Joe Linton. Yeah, that probably hasn't worked out as such as that we wanted it to, but he has played well in some games, and then he's went back to his old self and others. Yeah,
but, I mean, you know what it is, Davey? I mean, I said to Paul this afternoon, I don't know if you hear this, but I'm not fussed about. I'm not going to get angry about Joe Linton now in away games, because I'm not expecting to do bits. I'm not expecting him to do a lot, because it's a away game sort of thing. He gets snuffed out so easily away from home. He should have scored in the second half, though. I mean, made that good run, and then he shot straight at Alisson.
Yeah,
and when
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing with Joe Linton. He does the hard stuff. But he just can't do the simple and easy stuff after he's done the hard stuff and put the ball in the net. Yeah,
I mean, for me, that's just not good enough, because you pay 40 million pound, you need to bang him into the back of the net. And the fact of the matter is, again, he's been lucky, because I think we're pretty much safe now, which I'm going to ask that question in a second. But I thought, who played well today? I thought Shelby was absolutely shocking again. I mean, I
thought he was shocking, but me and my mate were just having a daft carry on with Paul.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's just that's this sort of thing. Right? I'm not being funny, but I mean, Shelby here, done. I mean, I said earlier as well, the moment he got promoted, John Shelby should have just left the club because he ain't going to make it in the Premier League and he's still here. This is the thing. We've still got players under Rafa Benitez and Steve McClaren, and it is so frustrating because the fact matter is often aren't good enough. We need a summer clear out in the summer, and it starts with Steve Bruce as manager. I mean, for him, I look at the team lineup today, and I'll think to myself, why isn't Callum Wilson starting? Why isn't Joe Willock starting? I just don't get it at all, man.
That's what I thought. I looked at this. I looked at the starting lineup and I thought, oh, he's went with the same team as West Ham. And I thought, well, why? Why did he not put Joe Linton in? Well, why did he not put take Joe Linton out and put Wilson in? Or why did he not took out Shelvey? Why did he not took out Shelvey and put Willock in?
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. I mean, we've been seeing that if you're fit enough for the bench, you're fit enough to start. You know, Joe Willock, I mean, he's on the floor, right? He's scored 3 goals, right? He's scored 4 now since he's been out on loan, right? And believe you and me, he has to start. If I was Joe Willock, sort of thing, I said, you know what? If I ain't going to start games, I'll bug off to Arsenal again. Do you know what I mean? Get off to Arsenal because.
So you can't play him next week.
Nah. Against Arsenal, isn't it? That's a massive, massive miss. I still drop Shelby though. I mean, you need energy midfield and engine midfield because the midfield is such a concern. But John Shelby, Stacey, Sean Longstaff.
He drops John Joe Shelby, and you know for a fact he's going to put in Hendrick. You know for a fact.
That's the thing. And where's Matty Longstaff though? What has he done? What does he have to do to get back into the team? I mean. Again, he's just not in favour of Steve Bruce, and it seems to me
Steve Bruce has turned around and said that he's got to prove himself in the under-23s before he gets back into the team.
I don't understand that at all. He scored against Man United twice, He puts in a good performance, in other games, and he turns around and says he's got to put in a performance on the 20. How about telling Jeff Hendrick he's got to put performance in because he's poor.
Yep, but unfortunately, Steve Bruce doesn't like Matty Longstaff.
It's ridiculous. So he goes with Jeff Hendrick as well, sort of thing. So I'll get rid of him as well. There's a lot of players I'd get rid of very quickly. Do you know what I mean? And I want to talk about Miguel Almiron as well. I mean, everyone loves him. I love him. He's got a lovely smile. He works hard for the team. But for me, I think he's kind of disappointed. I mean, again, he didn't create an out. He didn't have a shot. You know, he didn't make things happen. It is amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't his best game of the day, was it? You know, but you could see that for a lot of the players. You know,
it's ridiculous, man.
But
absolutely,
honestly, there wasn't one player that you could see that shined on that pitch today, apart from probably the bad player.
Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous, man. And I do love Miggy, but I don't want to see with Miggy. I don't want him to come back and defend. We got enough people to defend. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I want him to stay on the field, and if he's going to do, he's going to look knackered.
See, what I didn't understand is right. If the second substitution he made it for, I think it was Joe Willock for Clark. Why the hell on this earth did he stick John Joe Shelby at centre back?
Don't know. You need to ask Steve Bruce that question, David. But I understand your pain there, man. I just don't get it enough.
My life.
I don't know what he's trying to do. I mean, the fact is, he is just absolutely ludicrous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen.
That's what he did.
He's a bottler, a coward.
He should have easily fetched off John Joe Shelby, but he bottled it. You could tell he bottled it.
You know what it is? He's scared of dropping him. He is scared of dropping Shelby because Shelby would probably kick up, he would try to go on a one. Do you know what I mean? Because he does. He brings absolutely out to the team. Our midfield is weak. I mean, Shelby doesn't deliver. Almiron doesn't deliver. Sean Longstaff, on his day is okay. sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Yeah, our midfield is a major concern. We need a revamp in the midfield, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we play that next season, we are going to be in trouble, huge trouble. Or if we're going to play holding midfield, I get Joe Willock. He would definitely be my first choice in a holding role. Him and Matty Longstaff. We want energy in that midfield.
Isaac Hayden.
Yeah, we badly miss him. Good shout, good shout. We badly miss him, man. We badly miss him. So Hayden and Willock in the holding role, and that might be okay.
We also miss Fabian Shaw, centre back now.
Yes, we do, and he's out of contract at the end of the season, isn't he? So
yeah, but has he not signed for another year?
I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but they've got that option to keep on for another year, but it's not been announced as far as I know. But the sooner they get that sorted out, the better. But if they know about it, announce it.
Florian Lejeune,
yeah, but is he going to play on the boost again, though? Is he going to play again on the boost? That's the thing.
I love Lejeune.
I do as well. But he'd be perfect playing the ball out from the back. And talking about playing the ball out from the back, I thought we were absolutely shocking. I mean, they could have scored another goal. In fact, Liverpool could have scored, 10 today? If they finish with us on.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Ridiculous, man, ridiculous. I was going to say as well, I mean, just to wrap up before I let you go, who's your man of the match today?
Well, I was saying John Joe Shelby to wind up Paul, but my man of the match is Martin de Bouffer. Yeah,
but I couldn't be mad. I'll do my player ins tomorrow as well. So yeah, I think it'd be absolutely. He's been absolutely brilliant this season, and he had a wonderful one.
Kept winning.
Got around reach on up you well, and yeah, I mean it's amazing. So right, you want to come me? You want to have your say on the chat sort of thing on today's game? You're always welcome to me. I'll just gonna leave a link in the description as well. You just click on that, and yeah, I mean, yeah, Martin de Bouffer is your man of the match, and I think it's been decent again, sort of in today. It's been proved, and other than that, he's the only one. And Willock for scoring that goal, and other than that, I thought we were poor on the day. I thought Fernandez as well. Yeah, he did. I actually sort of thing, make some runs, that sort of thing, like
If that was, like I say, if that was offside, I want to know why he didn't look at the push.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's a fair shout. That's what VAR is here for. Or maybe he didn't want to go doing and then he took the shot in, sort of thing. If he had stayed down, then it might have been a penalty. But
players shouldn't have to go down to get a penalty. That's killing the game.
That's true.
That's true. You've got to actually go down to get a penalty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he did get pushed, man. I watched it again. He did get pushed.
He did get pushed, yeah. Man, I think that's how the rebound off his hand. Close, because he got pushed and he was going down. But he tried to keep himself up.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it shouldn't. And again, the VAR is favouring the big guys as well. Yet again, we got Arsenal next week, next Sunday. And how do you think you're going to do against Arsenal?
Well, Arsenal's blown hot and cold as well. They're no big side now since they're getting rid of Arsene Wenger, really.
Yeah. I know. I mean, they appointed They appointed Unai Emery, sort of thing. Yeah, if I was an Arsenal fan, would have been first choice, but I get it because he's won the Europa League 3 times, and he's won. excuse me, won League One as well in his 2 seasons there. But at the end of the day, I mean, also hot and cold. I mean, Lacazette might not be playing next week. Aubameyang could be out as well. They got Eddie Nketiah up front as well, and yeah, they are going to make some changes. I know that's a fact. I can see Matt Ryan back in goal because Bernd Leno has been making mistakes as well in the past. So that should be a cracking game next week. I do think Newcastle can get some out of the game as long as we have a go at them, because I don't think Arsenal back four are that great. This is not the best Arsenal team. This is one of the worst Arsenal teams I've been in years. They are breaking records for the wrong reasons. They lost 6 home games, yeah? I think they lost 4 straight home games as well. And the fans aren't happy, you know, and it's just one of those things, isn't it? So, listen, David, thanks for coming on anyway, and I'll definitely catch you back next week sometime, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you too.
You too. Catch you later. Take care.
Catch you, yeah.
You too. And I've got with me Sam, and good evening to you.
Hello, John.
And that was David, by the way. Good sport he is. I like David. He's a great lad. And yeah, brilliant stuff. Yeah, it's Sipas is going to be Newcastle drew Liverpool. Liverpool won, Newcastle United won at Anfield. Another point gained. 9 points clear for relegation zone, which I think is amazing. Fulham, we need to win at least 3 games to stay up. Palace, we would need to do the same. Not Palace, West Brom. Sorry, not Palace, West Brom. And for me, I just don't really going to do it. Sam, do you think we're safe? And how do you think the game went? Tell me your thoughts.
I think we are safe, but obviously not mathematically safe. I think Fulham have got too many games to win, which they won't win. Their fixtures are tough like ours, but we've got the points on the board, and that's the difference. You know, they've bottled it. You know, I looked at a stat before today. We've picked up 7 points in the last 3 games, and they've dropped 7 points in the last 3 games. So it's like, you know, that was before today, and that, you know, it's the big reason why we are where we are and they are where they are, because we've managed to somehow, you know, not playing well, have ground out 7 points from nowhere, and obviously then today we've ground out a draw today, which we probably didn't deserve, because for 90 of the 95 minutes we were shite.
Yeah, we were crap, were we? First half was just absolutely. I mean, I missed the first 20 minutes of the game because I came back from work and I missed the goal. And apparently, the goal was a poor goal to concede. I mean, Salah took it well, but again, poor defending. But Liverpool, I mean, there's so many chances again, and they just didn't take them. I mean, the Barca outstanding first half.
Yeah, he's like, I still can't believe people a few weeks ago were saying he should have been dropped after his apparent mistake from against Wolves. I couldn't believe people were thinking not to play him, because he's quite clearly head and shoulders the best keeper that we've got. So you've got to play your strongest team. But Steve Bruce still doesn't play strongest team, because players like Willock and Wilson should be starting if they're fit enough for the bench, they should be starting.
Absolutely, totally agree. Again, the problem with Steve Bruce, he's too loyal to the players. John Joe Shelby, Joe Linton, yeah. If he's fit Emil Kraft, yeah, he'll pick Jeff Hendrick before flipping Willock anyway. And for me, I don't know what he's doing, trying to do. He need to have a go at games. He need to go for it and take the game to the opponents. And we haven't seen that at all this season. We should be on the front foot. This is the manager, when he walked through the door, he said, and he made it clear, that Newcastle will be playing football on the front foot and give the fans what we deserve. It's a complete opposite from Steve Bruce. And for me, I think he's telling lies again. But what I want to see from Bruce, I want to see him pick a team, his strongest team, like you mentioned, pick a team out and play your strongest team and let the players enjoy it.
Well, it's like, look at, like, he's never done that the whole time he's been here. He's never played his strongest 11 yet. And how long has he been in charge now? This is nearly 2 years.
2 years.
He still doesn't know his strongest team. I'm sorry, but and then he wants to sign Willock. He wants to waste 20 million on Willock when he doesn't start him. What's the point? If you're going to spend 20 million on a player, you've got to start him. And now he spent 40 on Joe Linton, but that was just a power sign in that. The reason is he keeps saying he wants to build a team around Willock, and he wants this and he wants that. Way play him. Don't have him sitting on the bench and bring him on for 10 minutes and 5 minutes here and there, because he's not getting in the game. Yeah, he's scoring, but he can't get in the game or do anything else.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. I think that's a bit of a slap in the face sort of thing for some top players there. And you just mentioned, you made a great point on Willock. I mean, for me, if I was Willock, I think to myself, I want to play in the first team. I don't want to be his subs. You know what I mean? If I was Willock and he's not going to be in the first team, I'd just say, Joe, go back to Arsenal, man. Go back, because Steve's going to ruin your career. Do you know what I mean? But since he's come here, Joe Willock has been absolutely outstanding. He scores some goals, Ramsey-esque, Lampard-esque, Nolan-esque, you know, scoring goals from the midfield and getting linking runs. Joe's been absolutely outstanding. He really, really has. And he has to start, well, he can't start against Arsenal as a parent club, but he has to start against Leicester and Man City. And I tell you something, right? I mean, if he starts the games, give him the last 4 games and just pay the £20 million. I mean, I'd take this guy. I'd take him now, tomorrow, and get him on a 5-year deal. Brilliant.
Well, the thing is, right? Why, like, what was I going to say? Excuse me.
Right?
Like I said, I don't understand why he didn't play him today, because he knows he can't play next week. So if he could have played 90 minutes today, and even if he picked up a knock, he's got 2 weeks to recover from it. But no, I'd rather, like the same with Wilson. Why not? Why you bring him on if he's fit enough for half an hour? Surely he's fit enough to start. He's played three half an hours in the past 3 weeks. That's 90 minutes worth of football. Surely he's fit enough to start now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I don't understand that because he likes Joe Linton too much. That's all it is. And for me, I mean, people say that Joe Linton's banging form. He ain't banging form at all. He's only scored, 3 goals this season? You know what I mean? I'm not being funny.
Scored 5 goals in 20 months.
Yeah, I want to see him score, 12, 15 goals this season. And if he does that this first season, that'd be a successful season. But I mean, Obafemi Martin scored 18 goals in his first season and came from Inter Milan. This player comes to £40 million, and for me, I don't want to slag him off too much. I'm not even angry with him anymore because away games.
You like him?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to get angry on this guy because for me, I just don't expect him to do much away from home in away games. Do you know what I mean? It's like if he was playing on 10, he'd be a luxury player. But, he seems to have it at home, I'm not going to lie. But he still needs to be dropped for Callum Wilson next Sunday because we need to, we're practically safe. But if we win that game, then we'll be safe 100%. But that'd be a tough game.
I don't get why people are saying Arsenal are going to be a tough game. They don't frighten me. They're not the same team as the once were, man. They're not a top 6 team anymore. They're not nothing. They're a mid-table side. They're bang average. They might have no strikers next week when we play them. Why are we scared of them? I mean, Lacazette possibly be out. Aubameyang possibly be out. They've got nothing. They've got no firepower. Why should we be at home, be scared of them? We should be going out there and we should be going, yes, Maximin's fit. Yeah, Wilson's going to start. Yeah, we're going to have a go at them. We're going to ruffle them up. We're going to give them hell. Why can't we do that instead of Brussels? See on Friday, they're a fantastic team with fantastic players and a fantastic manager, and all they're high. They should be higher in the table and all that shit. We should be saying that. I don't give a stuff about their past. We're gonna go out there to get 3 points.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I mean, the fact is, he bigs the players, big oppositions up, but he doesn't big up our players. For me, I don't think he trusts our players enough. That's what I think it is. That's why our midfield, I said to Davey, our midfield is an issue. Do you know what I mean? Shelby ain't good enough. Sean Longstaff, on and off, he's okay. Yeah. Miggy Amaron, I want to talk about Miggy as well. I mean, he's been a letdown for the last couple of games, man, Sam.
I'll take him out.
Yeah, for me, if he's not careful, he needs to be dropped. And I know people loves him. I like to as well, but he's just not performing. When's the last time he scored a goal? When's the last time he created? When's the last time he ran with the ball, taken on players, sort of, and made an assist? I have not seen that.
I'd take him out because I think he's knackered. I think he just runs around like too much. He just tires himself out. And I think it's time to, unless you're changing the formation, to have a go at teams like where he's effective. He's not effective in the game. He's too defensive, and that's not Almiron. That's not what he's bought for. He's not bought for to clean up or defend after somebody or double up on a right back or double up on as a left back, and it's not him. No. It's. He's wasting them. You may as well not have him in the team.
You're right. It is absolutely incredible. I mean, for him, he's a number 10. He should be like stay in the halfway line, let the ball come to him, and make things happen. But he just runs up and down the pitch and help like that. You're right. But we've got enough defenders to cover that. He doesn't need to be there. Do you know what I mean? But this is why we need Steve Bruce to be out at the end of the season. because remember I said before I wanted him out before he went in. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not having that. Do you know what I mean? So it is frustrating. He's been disappointing for the last couple of games. And I spoke about Ryan Fraser as well. When's he ever going to get a game? I just can't see him playing for Newcastle again.
Well, is he not apparently having an operation or something? I think I think something's fishy here, like with Fraser. I think he's either having an operation and he said, yeah, I'll have an operation and I'll get fit for the Euros, or Bruce isn't going to play him again this season, and we just either get rid of him in the summer or, say to him, just forget the rest of this season and start afresh next season, because I don't think no one's going to buy him on massive wages, and I think we would at least want 10, 15 million for him, considering, to make a profit back. And I can't see nobody paying that for somebody who's hasn't played 10 games or so this season. I can't see it happening.
No, I can't. I don't know who's after him. I don't know who's after Aaron Fraser, to be honest. How much is he on a week? Is he on 80 grand a week, Fraser?
Oh, I don't know his wages, but he's on a good one. He's on a good wage here. No one's going to pay that anywhere else.
Nah, I think we're stuck with it. That's the case. And also his attitude stinks as well. It really is, apparently. And the game against Sheffield United, I'm not being funny, but he just didn't want interest. He just didn't want to know. And for me, I did a watch along for that game, and I thought, you know what? I'm just embarrassed. You know what I mean? He didn't want to come to Newcastle, Sam. He did not want to come to Newcastle United. Right? He wanted to go to the big teams. No one didn't come for him, and he came to us as a last resort because he felt sorry for us. He felt sorry for our fans. That's why he signed for Newcastle United. And for me, I'm not seeing the best in Ryan Fraser. I don't think he hasn't impressed us at all. His attitude is wrong, and I thought he's going to make a difference for the team with his leadership qualities. And what I've seen of him, it's just his attitude. I think it's wrong, and he ain't good enough. I don't want that from my club. I just don't want that at Newcastle United. I want players going to play for 90 minutes, work hard, happy days. But I want to see when Scotland play the next game, and I want he's going to be in that team. If he does play in that team, I don't want him interested in us. Finish him.
Well, I think it's, I think it's quite strange how he can go every time he goes to Scotland, he comes back injured.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was up early for work as well this morning, so I'm a bit tired. But I don't get how every time he goes away to Scotland, Bruce says he comes back and he's got a niggle, he's got this, he's got that. Well, how is it every time? It's not just once, it's every time. Something's not right, and I'd rather Bruce come out and be honest with it and say if he has got a problem with them, or they've got problems, or they've got differences, just say it. Because instead of lying to her, we shouldn't be lied to. We've been lied to enough by owners and manager himself. Just tell her the truth. That's all we want.
Exactly. But then again, these board as absolute shambles. They like to lie to the fans and the press. But when we have accused of them, they ban them sort of thing as well. I mean, Ashley hasn't got a clue about football. Charlie, I'm sorry, don't know where he is. I think he's furloughed, you know what I mean? But
he's up Bruce's arse, I think.
Yeah.
He's up Ashley's arse, I mean.
I totally agree. Absolutely agree. But I've got one there from Paul Dennis here, save from Tobacco, from Manny. First half, I thought it was class. Top save. Tobacco's in the top 3 keepers in the Premier League. I'll say top 5. And absolutely class. And David, where do you work, Sam?
Top secret. The government.
Fair enough. That's not my question.
I work for MI5.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. I want to talk about, just off topic, the Super League. And what do you make of the Super League saga sort of thing? Do you think... Can you imagine if Newcastle, right, went in for the Super League and Mike Ashley signed up? How would you feel about it?
Well, I'd not be happy because I bet he's sitting in his house wherever he is, good he wasn't asked. I think he's one of them people that if he was offered to it, he'd be straight in there. There'd be no doubt about it. I think what's happened is shocking. I think it's just these things are going to keep popping up. I mean, Rick Parry started, didn't he? About a year ago when he suggested something, and then this one's been suggested. It's a matter of time before something else comes along, and then another thing, and then another thing. It's just they're all going to do it because they're all skint and they all want money. They're all skint off COVID and they all need to regain money. That's all it is.
Crazy, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at Real Madrid, Florentino Perez. He still thinks it should happen. And Barcelona wants it to happen as well.
You know what?
They're skint. That's all it is. And then AC Milan wanted it as well. Ivan Casillas, who used to be at Arsenal, he's come out and said that the Super League will capture the imaginations of the fans. It's going to be a different level. It's all the money, mate. It's money.
I won't be watching it. I'm not bothered about them teams. I won't be watching it. Won't waste my time.
No. I mean, the fact is, well, what is worse, right? ESL or ESL without Newcastle United, for example. What's worse?
I'd rather watch us. I know we are pretty shite, but I'd just rather watch us.
I do as well. I do. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's just, I'd rather play. I want to be playing the bread and butter football now. I'd rather go to a match in a cold winter's night in Stoke rather than go and watch Real Madrid every week. I don't want to play Real Madrid every week, Barca every week, Milan every week. I want to see the proper football, do you know what I mean? And I want to go to the Champions League and earn it, because you work hard, earn it. I don't want to be handing on a plate to this, do you know what I mean? I really don't.
Yes. These games are just going to be, it'll be 1 week they'll be played in America, 1 week Australia, the next week China, the next week Japan, the next week Korea, and then it'll be all over again. So they'll just do it all around the world, and it's not right. It's not right because no offense, but I don't think the fans abroad are as passionate as the fans that are back home for their clubs. I mean, the fans at home are the ones that put money into the club. They're the ones that give the money. They're the ones that go to games week in, week out and watch them week in, week out. And I just think a lot of them abroad are just glory fans. I don't think they know much about football.
I totally agree. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we're the ones being fleeced out again in a pandemic as well. I mean, during the pandemic season as well. I'm sorry, that is just unacceptable. They didn't even thought this over. They've done this behind people's back, behind the fans' back. I think it's an absolute disgrace. And again, they should have thought this over. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad they're not doing it. You know what I mean? And now they still want to talk about it. I mean, Real Madrid and Barcelona still want this. And I say, you know what? They're in the league of their own.
Let them go. Just let them go. I'm not bothered about them. I'm not going to shed a tear off to piss off. I'm not going to shed a tear off Arsenal bugger off. I'm not going to shed a tear off Spurs go. I'm not going to shed a tear off Man U, Man City or Liverpool go. I'm not bothered. Let them go if Chelsea go. These teams have got short memories. Chelsea won nothing until Abramovich came along. Liverpool have won one title in 30 years. Man United haven't won a title in 8 years. Man City only started winning things 10 years ago. Spurs haven't even won the league. So what gives them the right to be there at Big Six?
Exactly. Well, Brendan Rodgers called it absolutely right. When you're talking about Big Six, what do you class as Big Six? That is Brendan Rodgers' question, and he is absolutely right. Arsenal not in the top six. Spurs are not in the top six. Yeah, it's Leicester and West Ham are breath of fresh air. Do you know what I mean? And
Leicester have won the same amount of trophies as Leicester have won the same amount of leagues as Liverpool and Spurs in the last 30 years. So why aren't they in it?
Exactly, they're in it because they deserve to be in it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being funny. It would have been listen. If Everton was in the top six, cool, take it. If he was in the top six, I think the Premier League would be peed off if he was in the top six. Even if like I said, even like as I mentioned Everton, even if let's say, like I said, Leicester sort of thing, you know what I mean, in the top six, boom, happy flipping days, do you know what I mean? And I think it's amazing. I just think it's a joke. And I was going to say, anyone's come on my channel and have this here, please let us know, and I send you a link, and then I'll get you on my channel But it's
Is
ridiculous.
Joe Litton waiting for you? Is Joe Litton waiting in the background?
I don't think he is, because A, he cannot speak English. Secondly, I think he's a
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Is there something going on there, like John? You know he doesn't know speak no English, yo.
Well, I mean, what it is just he needs a bit of a break, and he's still in Anfield anyway on a coach going back, so no, it's not disturbing. Why no? But
yeah, he'd be wanting these Weetabix for breakfast tomorrow morning, probably.
Well, I think he needs to start scoring goals at the back of the net before
I think he needs a scrambled egg. I think he'll give him some scrambled egg and crack on his face.
Yeah, man. Or some Brazilian sausages, like, you know what I mean? Yay!
Oh yeah, get him down to Blythe, but get him back to Blythe Butchers on a free.
Yes, he gets to feed him the speech. You get to feed him with the city, feed him with the town if he scores a hat. Gets the top score.
Oh God, I dread the day if he ever scored a hat trick. I would dread that. I would dread him score a hat trick. I just couldn't face it.
I couldn't look at that as well, man. But let me tell you something, right? I mean, not being funny, right? But but I hope Bruce gets a sack. I really do. He needs to be sacked at the end of the season. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he needs to walk away. And I don't know if you listened to this afternoon, that Paul said he reckons something could happen in the takeover next week. I don't know what that's all about. That's been rumours. I don't know if you heard about it. Say again?
I've heard no rumours, but on the Bruce thing, I think Bruce himself is in a win-win situation, because he could get sacked in the summer, so he'll get his £2 million, or if he leaves, he's kept his apparent boyhood club up and done his job, so it's gonna look on the CV for his next job, should he take one or get one.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, you deserve to be sacked anyway. You never get a big job again in the Premier League. I can guarantee you that. I'll tell you that right away. But Sam, do you think the takeover's going to happen, though? Do you think the takeover's going to happen in arbitration? Can we win?
Oh, I said this time that I've said that 6 months ago. Like I said, the past 6 months, so yeah, it would, and I still think it will. But there's so much complex to it by the sounds of it, and there's so much little things and needly things that need sorting and proven. And I think, like I said, it's no surprise it's dragging out, because it's us. I mean, and we're dealing with Mike Ashley as well. If it was a straightforward owner, it probably would have been approved. But we all know he's not straightforward, and we all know it's Newcastle United, and we all know nobody likes us. So, you can't expect anything else.
I know. I mean, they got the Premier League chose a chair to host it, gets it. They wanted to be private, gets it. Yeah. But I'll tell you something, I hope Nick DeMarco rip him a good one. I'm telling you.
Oh, I hope he does.
Because he got the best lawyer. I don't think he would have took on the case if he thinks you're not going to win it. And also, is it Fatima? What's the name? Fatima someone?
Oh, I don't know. It's not Whitbread athlete, isn't it?
Everyone actually sad. But they better find someone good in the Premier League. Because I'll tell you something now, right? They should never, ever, ever turn it down. No way. They didn't even block it. They didn't even block it. They just sat there. You know what I mean? But what they probably say, they come out and say, well, look, they pulled out. But they haven't pulled out at all. They didn't pull out.
They haven't. Why would they pull out when they were committed to it? Why would they? I haven't pulled out at all. It's a heap of crap, and it's just to try and force the turn on them. That's all it is.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But I think Richard Masters will throw the towel in during the trial arbitration. You watch. He'll give up halfway through the arbitration. And
he's corrupt. Him, like he's bent. He's corrupt. He's bent. He's corrupt. We'll know it.
Really, he is. I've got 10 people watching me short and eat like on this. That's not bad.
I wonder if Paul's watching. I hope he is, because I want him to come on. If he's watching, Paul, if you're watching, get yourself on, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Get yourself on. Let us know. And
if PD's watching as well, PD Problem, if you're watching, get yourself on, and I want to hear you speak.
I do as well. And I'm going to send a link as well. They probably may not come on, but there's the link.
If Archer's watching as well, he can pop one.
There you go. The link is in the description there. and it's all there. So, yeah, I was going to say that, but we got Arsenal next week, and you said you're not impressing them at all. I just got no
We should
message
beat
here.
them in the cup game. We should beat them in the cup game.
Yeah, we should have done.
I mean, we were the better side for the 90 minutes on the 90 standard 90 minutes. I mean, obviously the extra time we look tired because obviously we train once a week, don't we? So obviously we're not going to last much longer. But we should have we should have beaten them down there in the cup. We had the best chances in the game.
You're right.
That was with the lamppost up front, not with Callum Wilson and ASM playing.
Yeah, they got impressed. They got to start for the front foot. I mean, they do attack. They want you to attack. They want you to go forward. You know what I mean? And their back foot ain't that great. I mean, you got Hecky Beer. You got Hecky Beer. Yeah.
Did you see the goal conceded bloody last night, man? I mean, Jesus, if their keeper does that, I would literally be putting crosses in at him left, right, and centre. Put crosses in on him and get somebody onto him because he'll shit his pants. Like Joe Linton, he'll shit his pants.
Exactly. That was really, really poor. You know what I mean? Poor goal concede. I watched that AFTV last night and they were not happy at all whatsoever, you know.
They're a poor side now, Arsenal. They're poor. They really are. They're not. As I keep saying, I'm not frightened of them, you know. If we get beat, we get beat, but I expect we to get something against them. I don't fear them. I mean, the days where they had the likes of Campbell, Vieira, Henry, Bergkamp, I don't fear them anymore. I see them as a bang average mid-table side who are looking to get in the top, who are just, 9th, 10th, 11th, I would say that's where they are. You take Aubameyang and like, is it out of them? They've got nobody. They've got nobody.
That's the thing. I mean, you got Xhaka in a left back. You've got Ceballos in the mid, and Thomas Partey should have been the next big thing. Sort of, he's been disappointed as well this season. Let's be real about it.
But he's been injured, hasn't he? He's been a sick note. He hasn't played for them. It's like wasted him. And Pepe, he's our rated as well. I mean, 70 million for him. Jesus.
And then you got Odegaard as well. He's gonna be fine. Odegaard's only on loan, but Odegaard from Real Madrid.
I think he'll go to a better club than Arsenal in the summer. I think he's just gone to Arsenal to prove himself in the Premier League, and you could see a better club snapping him up in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hope we get. Let's hope we keep him there. I got comments here as well. I got Trier and Son. I don't know his first name, but this would be Sanchez. Apigreta has just hand on the box. He leaned into it too, much more deliberate than Callum's. Yet no penalty given by VAR. Corrupt to the nines.
Wilson's wasn't deliberate. He didn't mean to do it. He was put the ball like ricocheted onto his hand, and he couldn't do anything else with it.
No, that's right. Totally.
It was like it hit Alisson, then it hit his arm. He couldn't get his arm out of the way.
I know.
It was one of them where he didn't gain an advantage because he didn't deliberately do it.
Exactly. Again, it's just ridiculous. Big power to the big six again. We can beat Arsenal. I believe
I'll just
so.
like I said before, we really didn't deserve anything from that game today. Like, I don't care what people say, I don't think we deserved anything. I thought, well, that's shite. You can't just turn up for 5 minutes of a 90-minute match. In fact, a 95-minute match, and that's all we did.
Exactly. We should have done that from the start. Look, Sam, what I was going to say is, right, I'd rather had a real go, had 10 shots on target. Right?
He bottled it.
Taking the game to Liverpool, and then they hit us on the counter attack in the 90th minute and score from it. It might be kicking the teeth for us, but I could just say, look, Liverpool do not deserve to win. Out over 90 minutes, we absolutely destroyed them, and they got a kick in the nuts for that. But I cannot.
He bottled it.
He did.
He bottled it.
He bottled it.
That was our best. It was our best chance to win there since the Premier League started, and he's bottled it. He bottled it. I couldn't believe it. It's like if we had if Wilson started, if Willock started, I think we could have gone there and won, and nobody would have been shocked. Exactly. I mean, you've seen the last 5 minutes of that game where we created only really clear-cut chances and we scored both of them. If we'd done that for 90 minutes, we could have gone there and won, and nobody would have said, oh, Newcastle are jammy bastards or anything like that, because we would have earned it. I don't think we earned the point of the day, by the way. I think, again, it's them missing so many chances and was being like typical shithouse Steve Bruce performance and nicking a point. But
exactly. But again, people are saying that's a great point. It's a great point. Yeah, it's a great point. But I want to look at the performance as well. The performance was absolutely
people, the results are the most important thing at the moment. But we've also got to look at the bigger picture, because we can't be in this position in 12 months' time if Mike Ashley is still the owner. We can't be in this position yet again. Looking over our shoulder.
That's why I need a second now. Getting a decent manager in, right? If you get a decent manager coming in, right, then hopefully when a takeover comes by, they're going to come and say, "Oh, we got a canny manager here." Do you know what I mean? Get someone decent in. That is why I don't think this takeover is happening, because they've got Steve Bruce as in as manager. Connor, good result of the day. Let's continue and beat a poor Arsenal team. Great shows again today, John. Connor, thank you very much indeed, my guy. When I get 1,000 people, sort of thing, then I'll be in a position to be donated as well. If I do get donated, half money goes to YouTube, and then half money goes to me. But I'm going to improve on my channel, so look out for that. If I get another 360 odd subscribers, please help us out. Yeah, thanks very much indeed. And Billy, thanks so much. And Billy, how about Shelby and his Beckenbauer rule? Well, first of all, he's not Beckenbauer. Secondly, he's not Lothar Matthäus. He's definitely not a Franco Baresi, right? But he's John Shelby for a reason, and he is not good enough. I mean, I don't understand why he's playing in the centre back.
He was like fucking Voldemort playing Quidditch out there, man. The day, it was ridiculous. I thought, and then he doesn't have the ball to drop him, so he plays him at centre back just so he keeps him on the pitch instead of having any balls to take him off, because he should not have been on that pitch at all today. And it's an absolute joke. He just because he's a captain doesn't mean he should be playing.
Exactly. Totally agree. Totally agree. At the end of the day, captains do get dropped. Alan Shearer gets dropped as well against Sunderland. He is captain. He got dropped. So I got one from NSC 360, right? And I'm going to read that suit, right? It says, ever since Bruce decided to start Matt Ritchie, Newcastle has picked up a point. That's 2 wins, 2 draws. Coincidence? I'll let you decide. Regardless, have to admire that man's passion. And that's Matt Ritchie. Since he's come back in the team, 2 wins, 2 draws. Matt Ritchie.
He's our captain. He should be our captain, because he's the one that gets the team going. You can see by his attitude. It's like he's like the one that tells them what to do. He's the one that organises them. He's the one that goes, like, the players go to and listen to. He should be the captain on the pitch. He's the one that deserves to be. And it's no surprise that since he's come back, the results have come back as well.
You're right there. I totally agree there. And he should be playing every single game, whether it be left wing back or left back. He's still going to play theatre back anyway. I mean, he's still going to play back anyway, and that's Steve Bruce all over. Before I let you wrap up the show, right? I mean, because I've got to get mum some tea. I've got to get some tea in a minute. First of all, can we beat Arsenal next Saturday or next Sunday?
Of course we can. Like I said, I'm not scared of them.
I'm not. I shouldn't got nothing to be scared of. Do you know what I mean? And I say I'll probably get it wrong, but I don't think we're going to beat Arsenal. I don't think we'll get beat if we play attacking football and give it a right go.
If we have a go at them, we'll get something, because they're not. They're shite. They're shite. Look at, I mean, they've lost the most home games this season. They've lost their most games in the league ever this season, I think. Does that not tell you at all?
4 games straight. They're breaking records for the wrong reasons. You got Mikel Arteta saying that trust the process, and also he's improved the defence, which you have not improved the defence at all whatsoever. And you talk to any Arsenal fans, they tell you exactly the same thing, which ain't good enough. You're right, but I'm not scared of Arsenal. We shouldn't be scared of Arsenal. Go out there, have a go. Their back foot ain't that great. You know what I mean? They got great attacking prowess. The bottom line is, at the end of the day, what can I say? But Steve Bruce is exactly. Let's hope we tackle him next week. And I'll go read this out before I ask you for your man on the match. Spilly, no energy, no pace, no leadership, no effort should lead to no place. Not with Bruce full. Can't wait for it to take over and wear these pair of wasters out of tune. Well said, Billy. Well said. I can't argue with that at all whatsoever. Beautiful point. And one question to go before I let it wrap up. Who's been your man on the match today?
Probably Dubravka, because he kept winning the game. I think, like, nobody else really stood out to me is, I mean, you know, I mean, Wilson made a difference when he came on, but you can't give somebody a sub who's only been on for half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever he was on for. I think it has to be Dubravka for the saves he made. He looked the past couple of since the Burnley game, he's looked back to himself. These last 3 games, he's looked back to the Dubravka of what was like under offer, you know.
Yeah, man. Absolutely right. I'm going to say Dubravka as well. So for that keeper is absolutely lit. I mean, will it be there next season? I don't know. But if Steve Bruce is
we
there,
stay up, we will be. I think if we stay up, because I don't, like I said, I don't think teams. I think ASM might still be here, and I think Wilson will still be here because teams won't be able to afford them because of the financial things with COVID and stuff. I think if anyone, if anyone goes, it'll be next January when fans have been back in and revenue has picked up again. But at the moment, I think a lot of teams are struggling, so you can't be shocked if this transfer window this summer is quiet, because I think only Man City and Chelsea in this division will have the clout to pay anything.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree 100% there, because at the end of the day, you know, they got to pay the money and we can't spend any money. The big teams cannot spend any money. So even Pep is not going to go out and spend 100 million on a player sort of thing. He say he will not do it. He can't do it. So we'll just have to see what happens in the summer, mate. You know what I mean? Listen, Sam, thanks for coming on anyway. I'm going to wrap up the show as well.
Pleasure.
And I'll be back on Monday for the Horseman show.
I'm at work Monday night, for fuck's sake.
That's it, man.
I can't believe I'm missing it.
I know. I'm in Newcastle. I go up to Newcastle tomorrow to see my son, you know, and see how he is and that sort of. Second time I've seen him, but I hope he behaves himself, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And you see what happens on that sort of thing, and it should be fun. And just got to work on Monday, but you know, we definitely catch you back next week. And thanks for coming on, my guy.
Nay, Bosh. Speak soon.
Take care. Yeah, you too. See you later. So, yeah, that was Sam as always. Check him out on Chipperfield Not, and he's a great guy as well. I love him to pieces, and I think he's a great guy. So, if you like my videos, please smash your likes on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so. And always leave the comments in the sections down below. And if you do subscribe, I'm 662 or something before I get me 1,000, and I got a drum up as well. And yeah, I just think I love this channel, man, by the way. And I'm definitely going to be back. I might not be back tomorrow because I'm drumming up to Newcastle, but I may do quick player ratings on Sunday or Monday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm back on the Horseman Show. I've got to get an Arsenal fan on me chat on Tuesday or Wednesday in the week, talk about Sunday's game. And listen, share the love. Love you all. And we the lads. Catch you later.